Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I am channeling messages to you from your higher self. So please take a deep breath in, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. As you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today from your higher self. We have group number 1 on the left with Akashic records. Group number 2 in the center with awakening, and group number 3 on the right with oppression. As always, the timestamps for your readings will be listed below in the description box, as well as information about receiving a personal reading or energy work session, any of the books that I have authored, and the rest of my shop, including tarot and oracle decks, crystal jewelry, and lots of other fun things. So thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from your higher self, and you selected the first group with the Akashic Records card. Your higher self wants you to know that you have reached an activation point, and you are noticing a lot of similar themes around you at this time that are drawing your attention to people, places, things, experiences you have been in other times, other places. Keep in mind that time is not linear, so when we speak about the Akashic Records, when we speak about past, present, future lives, these are energies that you are currently intertwined with now. With this being the case, you're being called to remember that this activation point is one that occurs across many different times, many different places, and it is intentional. You are being called at this time to step in your power and to allow this activation point to take you on to the next. There are many things that you have trained for, many skills you have acquired, many interests you have dabbled into that have led you to be ready for this point. It is time that you now begin a new journey. And with this being the case, you are now being called to use all of the skills you have acquired, especially the ones that you do not speak of or do not get to use regularly, although you are master of your craft. There is something that you have remembered or will soon remember. In reality, this is a part of you that was never forgotten. It is a part of you that has allowed you to sustain your life and kept you alive up until this point in your life. This is a significant part of you, and it does exist in many different ways across many different times and spaces. With this being the case, you are noticing that these energies are alchemizing into you and your present day today. Your higher self wants you to know that there are no cords in your life that are meant to be broken. There is nothing in your life that is an accident. And not to follow the advice of others who you do not look up to. When you know the path that you are headed down, and you are 100% sure that you've done it before, you'll do it again, and you know who you are, do not take advice from those still seeking to find out who they are. However, do allow yourself to continue to walk through the light and be yourself authentically. You'll be noticing that a lot of things begin to shift frequently and a bit fast in the near future. As this is the case, allow yourself to go where you are led. Do not allow others to lead you astray. You are very well aware of the fact of who you are and what direction you're supposed to be channeling your energy towards. Therefore, when you feel as though something does not align and you are told otherwise, do not take it to heart. Do not try to make it fit. As we often say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There is a ripple that occurs throughout all of time and space, and the one that is connecting with you right now is an activation point. As you remember who you are and you step into your divinity and allow yourself to reintegrate with all other versions of you that are currently connected to your incarnation, you are being called, now that you have made space for these other parts of you, to wear them, to act through them, and to allow yourself to teach and be taught. Some of you are embarking on a journey that has always been meant for you to embark upon. You have perhaps started and didn't get to finish this in another life or in this life. You have perhaps wanted this for a while but couldn't find the right time or place. At this point in time, things are shifting and adjusting, and you are about to be presented with your biggest teacher yet. Allow yourself to remember all that you have learned. There is a reason why you have so deeply and profoundly outgrown your current environment. The impact that you have made here will not be forgotten and will continue to be unfolded for a long period of time. But when you are called and you are activated, you will go. Not because you are told to, but because you are calling yourself to act in accordance with your own highest good and yourself. Your higher self wants you to know that the reason that you took the long way is because you took the real way. And that is not something that can be made up for. Authenticity, integrity, sincerity, and honesty, the virtues that you live by. Because they are non-compromisable, you are non-compromising, you are now ready to open up to this part of your chapter that those around you would not be able to fathom, because they have not grown into these virtues. They do not value what you value. Each individual is where they intended to be on their path. But you did not come here to mess around. You did not come here to heal. You did not come here to pretend. You did not come here to play. Okay. Your higher self is aware that as you are continuing to awaken and remember, you are also becoming more and more enlightened, more and more aware of the relativity of everything, and of certain spiritual truths that must not be spoken because they would fall upon ears that are not ready to understand. You are being called to protect the integrity of the truth that is only found by seekers. And at this time, do know that these experiences, these memories, are coming toward you for a reason. You are being guided, and you will have several magical and synchronistic experiences along the way. When you feel lost, someone will be sent in to help you navigate the right direction. When you feel confused, you will be sent a guide that comes through with the answer. You are beginning again a new journey. And this is something that will cause you to remind yourself how the scales have been tipped in your favor. Consider your life up until this point as practice, as training. And this new adventure, this new beginning, being where you are appreciated for all you have to offer. There's a reason why you are who you are, why you can do all of the things you can do, and why you were put in surroundings and environments that are not able to fathom this, but maybe can several generations down the line. Allow yourself to continue to grow and evolve as you do. And remember that just as time is relative, It is also one of the universe's best kept secrets. Allow yourself to utilize time to your advantage at all times. And make sure that you're not getting swept up in the illusion of separation. Judgment has been called upon you, as you have called upon others. And those who were not ready have been blown wide open. You will soon learn about this. But by the time the virtueless respond to their very own repercussions, you will already be on your journey, a place where only those who will be able to reach you will have needed to also walk the long, virtuous, sincere road. Trust that you are safe and protected. You will be encountering new things. You have already learned what to do when you encounter these situations as well. In this life and many others, your memory will continue unfolding more rapidly than it has before, and you will continue to evolve more rapidly than you have before. This is going to be one of the most significant spiritual and self-identifying chapters of your life as a whole in this incarnation. So, allow yourself to follow the path that is before you and take directions from your own inner compass. Those who have walked down the path or who meet you while you're there will be able to provide you with sincere directions. But stepping onto the path, you will have guidance, but do not look around your current familiar surroundings, for they will not be able to guide you. Trust that you have closed out many, many illusions that the Earth Collective is still wrapped in, many, many stories that are unfolding the Akashic records without touching divine truth and evolution. It is the integration of all of these energies together that makes you unique currently. While you are not alone, you have been isolated in these energies, and this is about to come to an end. You have some tools at your disposal in the disguise of things that you see or experience or think about every day, or a few times a year at least. You are to bring these tools with you, for they are your guides. There is more to the story than one has been led to believe. And not only are you aware of this, not only have you been awakening others to this, but you are now ready to experience the adventure, apart from teaching others that there could be one. So some advice from your higher self. Trust that you are always in the right place at the right time. Your higher self wants you to know that there are no more soul contracts for you to be concerned about. You have not been involved in a soul contract in a very, very long time. Because you are working through an Akashic body with causal memory and source consciousness, your rules are different, or more expanded and evolved. You are not soul contracted to anything or anyone. This is why you are being called on this journey. And this is why it is safe to trust those who enter your life from now on. Do not take advice from those who have not explored this journey. Do not believe it exists through sincerity. Do not take advice from those who seek shortcuts or instant gratification. And trust that not only does your memory, your heart, universal consciousness, but your body holds all of the answers that you may seek. You have been taking perfect care of yourself, perfect care of your health, spiritual health. You have been walking the path with little to no error. Not that there is right or wrong when you treat Earth as a playground, but when you are here with a mission and you follow your intuition, there is an alignment with your higher self that you have been standing in for many, many years now. Your higher self is not and has never been separate from yourself, and it is not and has never been separate from universal consciousness. Because of this, trust where you are led, and know that it is safe for you to say yes. Your higher self wishes to leave you with an encrypted message. So we will see what that is. Odor is the husband of Freya and often travels for extended periods, leaving Freya grieving and weeping tears of red gold. For this reason, gold is sometimes referred to as Freya's tears. Freya sometimes journeys to search for odor. Your number is 2216. Okay, group number 1. That is your channeled message from your higher self. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity as this unfolds over time. And as always, I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude. I hope you have an amazing, beautiful, and blessed rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm and journey ahead. As always, I love you, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a channeled message to you from your higher self, and you selected the second group with the Awakening card. At this moment in time, you are stepping through a portal that is not only helping you to awaken and ascend, but primarily this is expanding your own awakened vibration so that you can pave the way for those who have yet to walk the path you've been down. When you reach certain areas of life, when you reach certain questions, certain levels of consciousness, there are some areas where it feels like there isn't really a rule book. Now there is inner knowing, and this is where you've gotten your information. There are bits and pieces of ancient knowledge that have been passed down, although these have also been reformed and shifted and changed and altered in order to fit the societal standard of each time. But where you are right now, you may notice that you are experiencing things that are perfect, in a way exactly what you asked for, but at the same time exactly where you don't want to be. Having things that are not comfortable around you, having things around you that do not serve you, and just kind of making it clear as day that your energy and the energy around you is not on the same timeline, time frame, reality, not in the same vibration. When you align what is externally to what is internally to you, as you have done to get to where you are, your higher self wants to let you know, group number 2, that there is a blessing underneath all of the uncomfortable pieces, and you know what this is as well. Your ability to experience something as a luxury that someone else may see as a need is something that has set your energy apart from the rest. It is also time right now that you allow yourself to look back at the past few years of your life and really acknowledge the growth, the cycles, the patterns, and the ways that you have grown out of and then back into your purest version of self. This is not to say that you've strayed from who you are, but it is to say rather that you've purified who you are. You, for a long time, did not resonate with a lot of the things around you, and then you did, because it was what you needed to grow, like a retreat or beautiful medicine. But now you are ready to hit the road again. You are ready to begin again. And this awakening does not feel like a vibration that you have not yet experienced in this life. It feels like something that is comfortable, you're well aware of, and have easy access to 100% of the time. The reason, however, that it's coming up like this is that in order for a plant to grow, it must eventually shed its leaves. In order for a stem to grow taller, it must also plant its roots deeper into the ground. You've been doing a lot of the grunt work, staying balanced, and allowing yourself to be the very top of the plant and the very depth of the root and everything in between all at once. Your ability to stay balanced is very impressive, and it is unique to you. There are a lot of things around you that are serving as your divine protectors. Not that there is anything that you need to be protected from. Rather, a protector of your own goodwill. Meaning, this can be if you are overgiving. You may notice that there's no one around right now for you to give to. You may notice that your intuition is telling you to do nice things for yourself. And as you do, you notice your budget shifting a bit, reapproaching this lesson. You may notice as well at this time that the things that you have laid foundations for others to learn from when they're ready, they are almost starting to get ready. And you laid this foundation a few years ago, many, many years ago for some of you. And so this is just a nice way of letting you know from your higher self that you are on the right track. You are being nurtured and cared for right now by the universe by experiencing luxury through things that others see as a need. When your bank account replenishes, you feel luxurious. When you have hot water, perhaps, you feel luxurious. When you get to eat foods that are healthy and delicious, and you don't worry about your abundance, these things are luxurious. As you know, you have been abundant for quite some time now. You have been in an abundant mindset your entire life. And you are also becoming more and more aware of how the energies that did not serve you really were. At this time, however, it is time to shed these leaves and allow yourself to be seen once more as the plant that you truly are. Do not be afraid to explore the heights, and do not be afraid to explore the depths. Just because you have the capacity to be the entire plant at once and draw full awareness to everything and remain that way in eternity, almost, in a way, negates the human experience, which you did come here to experience. You did not come here to learn. You did not come here to grow. You did not come here to do. You came to feel what it was like. And so, allow yourself to do that and explore this. There are energies around you at this time that are helping to guide your way on your path. Although since your path is yours and yours alone, look at these as guideposts or traffic cones and trust that your own lane, your own path is going to be in between them. Some things feel like they are beginning while others feel like they are ending, and trust the cycle here. Your higher self wants you to know, group number 2, that it has been so long since you have been able to find someone who can share your inner world with you. In this energy you are in, it is so very likely that others feel entirely seen by you, but you do not feel seen by them. These energies are also about to shift. But as these things change like the wind, trust that just as some say that the heavens get upset when there's a storm, trust that when the wind blows you somewhere, you are meant to allow yourself to get swept up in the emotions that follow. It is only natural. You are a human, and you have already selected your experience here. Because of this, you know it is safe. So, messages please from group number 2's higher self to group number 2. I'm hearing the song Awake My Soul by Mumford & Sons. You have the 7 of Pentacles, Chariot, 4 of Cups. Your higher self wants you to know, group number 2, that you've been dealing with divine manifestations for a long time. Divine timing, learn this first. You, group number 2, are a master at eating your vegetables first and eating your dessert last. You are also well aware of the fact that it is time for you to grow and evolve beyond your current foundation. You have been shown the way, or you have been shown how to identify the way. And as you move forward, your higher self wants you to know that you are always in the right place at the right time. And if you are being cloaked, there's a reason for this. Meaning, if you feel unseen to others, by others, there's a reason for this. If you feel overlooked by others, if you feel like some days you walk down the street and all eyes are on you, but recently you walk down the street and it's like you are not there. You feel like you want to hermit yourself, perhaps you want to go into nature, retreat, perhaps you were going about your regular everyday life, and you just simply feel misunderstood, unseen, illegible. There's a reason that you have been cloaked. And it is beautiful and it is divine, and it was also chosen by you. So, continue to trust the process, group number 2. Your higher self wants you to know that your heart chakra is your powerhouse. It always has been, and it always will be. Your crown chakra, as well, has been opening a lot significantly lately. You deserve to allow yourself luxurious experiences, not only because what you would consider normal is luxurious to you, and what would be considered luxurious beyond this to you, you deserve to receive, and in fact you have. You are aware of this as well. But as the vibration of your foundation continues to ascend, as the vibration of your shadow continues to transmute and ascend, as the light and the shadow transcend one another, and you merely select the frequency to elevate, you will feel as though you are a particle of space floating around, curious as to what comes next, curious as to why you would subject yourself to lower vibrations, even though it's so normal in the realm around you. You are here, group number 2, as an observer. You're here as an experiencer. If you would like to leave some hints behind, you may do this as well. But trust that you are here to focus on your own experience. You may leave a breadcrumb trail behind for others to find and follow. But this also does not ensure that they will not be picked up and eaten by scrounging animals along the way. Your higher self wants you to know, group number 2, that it is visible how far you've come, not just in this life, but in the evolution of your soul. You, in and of yourself, are considered an uncharted mystery. And this might be something that you will become aware of as this energy is presented to you. You will soon realize times when others needed to fly by the seat of their pants in order to try to figure out how to read your energy, how to interact with you, how to be in a place of a higher vibration that even was halfway between yours and theirs. So these trials, these tribulations, these moments that you experience, they are for you to create from, because you know what reality looks like. You know what reality really looks like. So, let's pull some more cards from your higher self. We have the Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Cups. You are about to experience new. The best, happiest, most abundant energies that you've experienced, that you've dipped your toes in. A wave of this will permanently rise the tide, raise the vibration, and will become your new normal. Your foundation is one that is built out of gold, out of God, out of the universe, out of sincerity. And so, as you notice that you are being cloaked, as you notice that things are being cleansed for you, some things are being removed while others are being added. Maybe you're getting some extra rest. Maybe you're experiencing energies in a different way. Trust that this is as a result of your golden foundation being locked and ready to go. It has been activated. It has been awakened. You are activation. You are awakening. Your higher self wants to remind you that change is good. And you know this as well. Part of the beauty of this realm that you chose to experience here is the illusion of attachment and the illusion of separation. Separation yields attachment, and attachment yields separation. Again, change is a good thing. It is in your highest interest, and it is determined by you. However, you are here to experience what it feels like to be attached to something, and then to let it go. You are here to feel what it is like to feel separated from that which you never really are. And then remember that it is the case, simply because it feels so good. I'm going to pull one encrypted message from your higher self for you, group number 2. We have the Well of Mimir. The well of Mimir contains knowledge and wisdom. Mimir drinks daily from the well with a horn. Odin valued its power so highly that he gave one of his eyes for a sip from the well. The eye still rests on the bottom still. As Ragnarok begins, Odin will ride to the well to ask advice about the battle between gods and the giants. Your number is 1541. Okay, group number 2, that was your channeled message from your higher self. As always, I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. I'll see you next time. And namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from your higher self. And you selected the third group with the oppression card. The first message that wants to come out for you today is that you have experienced a little bit of everything recently or in this life. The first message truly that wants to come out from your higher self is to keep your chin up. Everything may seem like it's going just fine and dandy right now, and life is normalized to you. But if you have moments in your life today or recently where you've looked back at the past and realized that compared to how much better life actually got, you actually look back and realize that your life was something compared to where you are today. Now, this is the oppression card, so you can imagine. Your higher self wants to let you know that later down the line, you will look at yourself today, your position in life, in the same light. This is not to say that you have it bad today or that you've had it bad in the past, and it's also not to negate any ease or difficulty in your life. This is, however, to let you know that better things are coming. Your higher self wants you to be certain that all's well that ends well, and also that when you make such great changes to yourself and to your life, you're able to see the results. Just as life naturally changes over time with the seasons, every day, every minute, so do things on a grander scale. But sometimes the larger things don't seem like they're moving as fast because of our perspective to them. With the oppression card coming out, your higher self wants you to know that you may be weighing out your options right now between something that seems like a lot to deal with, but will maybe take you to a little bit further down the road, or something that seems manageable right now, that takes you to a place that is maybe comfortable, magical, somewhere that you're fine with. There seems to be this energy of weighing your options, and your higher self wants to come through and let you know not to worry. Because as much as you have a plan for your life, there is also a plan for your life. And you can also trust that these two things weave together seamlessly. As much as there is fate for you to rely on, there is destiny for you to create as well. So, remember, whenever you feel like you are leaning or relying a little too much on one or the other, you always have the other one to fall back on. Your higher self wants you to know that there are some areas of restriction in your life that are about to be blossoming, reborn. Just because you cannot tell that there is a plant under the soil does not mean that the seed has not sprouted roots, does not mean that the roots have not grown, does not mean that the plant hasn't even sprouted yet. You are about to see a lot of plants sprout above the soil. And with this being the case, you're going to get chills down your spine, realizing perhaps how much you prepared for the worst case scenario, perhaps how much you were preparing for the worst and maybe expecting the best, in situations where this will not be the case any longer. Your higher self really wants to drive home the point that Just as you look back at the past and realize that compared to where you are today, you had it bad in comparison, you will have the same perspective towards your life today, later down the line. And that, again, is not to say that life is not beautiful today. Your higher self is aware that you are very, very proud of how far you've come. Your higher self is aware that your life is miraculous, it's luxurious, it's amazing, it's all the things that you've ever wanted it to be. And they also want to remind you that you're allowed to have gratitude and still move out of the space that you are grateful for. Let's get into your tarot. Higher self of group number 3, please come through and channel through me. There seems to be like an energy of like a ghost from your past that wants to come forward, or maybe you're thinking about it. There seems to be this energy that is lurking a little bit around you. And it may be causing you to perhaps stress a little bit about the direction that your life is headed. Your higher self wants to let you know that everything is intentional. And with this being the case, if you are open, ready, willing, and able to either let out some of the skeletons from your closet or revisit some of the ghosts from the past, people, places, things, situations, thoughts, etc. This will help you to unpack the actual root of these energies. And on top of this, you're going to notice that when one energy is restricted, it is for another to grow. We see this in positive ways, we see this in negative ways, we see this in personal life, and we also see this throughout the collective in a myriad of ways. So trust that whenever one thing is restricted, normally its opposite, or something adjacent to its opposite, is expanded. We did get quite a few extra cards here out today, so your higher self, group number 3, wants you to know that you've been through a lot and you are learning how to trust again, or you're opening up. You are aware that what you believe is what comes true, but also you're aware that in perhaps formative years or ingrained from other lifetimes or things like this, you are also conditioned to believe certain things, and you might open back up to them and just be proven wrong. Kind of this prepare for the worst, expect the best situation, but then the worst happens or something not good happens. What's interesting here is that we see you fighting almost an uphill battle with your own heart when it comes to the truth that lies within. Your higher self wants you to not be afraid to go there, not to be afraid to look at those things that you want to just let go of, to not be afraid to passionately express perhaps feelings of anger, of passion, of creativity, and to trust as well that everything not only happens for a reason, but that everything happens in due time. There's an hourglass that's standing out really strongly to me. Your higher self is asking for you to allow yourself to change your narrative so that you can be free from what your truth currently is. The truth simply is. The truth is abundant. The truth is gratitude. And see, we have an energy of being surrounded by untrustworthy or difficult, unnecessarily difficult, or almost tiresome, time-wasting energies. And as much as this falls suit with the oppression card, we also have the Magician on the other side of the spread. We have a long-term cycle about taking your power back in ways where the situation did not start in your favor, in ways where maybe you were the oppressed party, in ways where perhaps it was not fair, but you had to live your life and make it fair. Again, There is an energy of your higher self trusting you to make the right moves, and trusting yourself so very much to allow yourself to grow through the mud, because that's where lotuses come from. And lotuses are a symbol of enlightenment and rebirth. Your higher self is also aware that there are some things that have been coming up for you recently that you feel as though you don't have a good, solid, maybe support system around, or you don't feel as though you have a safe space to express this, be understood, and get genuinely helpful advice. So your higher self wants to come through today and help you out with this, actually. As always, you're being encouraged to follow your heart. But when your heart shows you many different shades, when you look back at times when you didn't realize how bad you had it compared to today, and you realize that all is good and getting better, and maybe again that starting point wasn't bad, maybe it was. But when you look back at the amount of evolution that you see is possible in every situation, in every person, in yourself, in every area of life, when you know that it's true because it exists within you, you've seen it, you've done it time and time again, and you get the advice here to follow your heart, even though it might show you several different shades, several different colors. Allow yourself to be optimistic and have hope, and thoroughly believe that there is something that is meant to be progressed. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel the way that you feel. There is a conversation that can be had. Otherwise, you wouldn't desire to have one. There is a place that you are meant to be at. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel inclined to travel there. And just as you might look back at places you've been and have more clarity now, and almost wish that you could send yourself that clarity while you were in that time and place, your higher self feels the same way now. They also do want to let you know that there is a beautiful, perfect, and exciting, optimistic reason why you are where you are, why you've been where you've been, why you experience what you've experienced, and there's an emphasis on how good it feels to have grown and look back and notice that you made it out of the mud, that you sprouted your petals. So do trust that things are going to progress in a way that will leave any doubt behind about whether or not you are loved, about whether or not the universe loves you, whether or not you are on your own side, whether or not things get better, whether or not you're stuck in this rut, or whether or not you just have to go without clarity in a situation. We certainly see an energy where, in the very beginning, you were dealt a losing hand. But you learn and you grow and you progress. And you eventually learn how to play the game. And it's only by losing at something. It's only by being bad at something. It's only by being a beginner at something, being unsure about something, that we can grow into mastery, that we can grow into beauty, clarity, surety, all of these beautiful energies. And when you have the clarity, you will look back and realize exactly why you had shown yourself what you had shown yourself, pulled the blanket over your own eyes, let yourself sit and deal with all the different colors of your emotions, all the different colors of everything going on, all of the ghosts and everything. Because for this reason, you really get to take a good look at what is going on with you. When it comes to your intuition and your faith, what it is that you know, what it is you've been shown, and then the element of time passing. And it may feel as though you are not oppressed right now. Some of you may feel oppressed right now, but I'm getting that for a large majority of you, you feel just content. And this does not mean that you need to settle for where you are, and it also doesn't mean that you don't get support in honoring your truth. There seems to be a spiritual awakening or a spiritual event that is coming to light for you, maybe for the first time or for the first time in a while. And you're being encouraged to dive into it at your own pace, within your own comfort zone, and trust that there's a reason why you've connected with the friends of your soul that you have up until this point. There's a reason why you feel maybe stressed when it comes to your truth based upon the past. They're showing me someone trying to put a puzzle together several times, and it's like all you want is to put the picture together because it's the most beautiful picture you've ever seen in your life. But every time you go and try to put the puzzle pieces together, you just are unable to figure it out. And we see here that you look back at the past, at trying to put the puzzle together, having a difficult time. But knowing that your truth, your happiness comes from having completed the picture. Your higher self wants you to know that whatever this is an analogy for, or maybe some of you do have a puzzle in front of you right now, the puzzle gets completed, and eventually you get to stand up and admire the picture, say that you did it, feel accomplished, and then push your chair in, walk away from the table, and go about your life. So do not be afraid to lose yourself in the immersion process of putting the puzzle pieces together. Because maybe it's not about the picture that you already think that you're making, whether or not you know what picture you're making ahead of time. Maybe it's not about making sure that the puzzles are put together. Maybe it's about what you experience while you're putting them together. Your higher self does want you to know that you can expect not only clarity, but expression on something that has been confusing you or stressing you out for a while. I'm hearing the song Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. Continue to follow the stars, follow your stars, follow your body, follow not what you feel like you're supposed to do, not putting the pieces where you think they're supposed to go in order to make the picture that you think that you're creating. Let yourself experience putting the puzzle together, where some days you appreciate each individual piece, other days you have a strategy, some days you don't mind and you just see what comes up, and other days it's meditative and your mind drifts away. There are many different colors, many different shapes, many different sizes of everything. And you will, it seems as though you are looking at the box. It seems as though you know the picture that you're putting together. And that knowing this maybe confuses you more internally, or the way that you relate with others. So your higher self does want to give you a heads up that this will be progressing. You will be succeeding. And there's a reason why you chose this specific puzzle to put together as well. And you will be not only remembering this, but it will become one of your greatest strengths. So allow yourself to enjoy the process of putting it together. Because once you have a tool in your belt, you're going to have reasons to use it. So enjoy the process of putting the tool together. Life is about the journey, not necessarily the destination. And again, even if you are perfectly content sitting where you are putting together your puzzle, even if you're perfectly content where you are, if you're having a rough day, a rough week, a rough year, if you're a little bit cranky, wherever you're at right now, Your higher self wants you to know that it gets so much better, but you wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm going to pull one encrypted message from your higher self to you. You get one encrypted message just for group number 3, please. Ooh. Okay. So we have Loki that came out for you, the little troublemaker. A complex character, Loki is Odin's foster brother and either the worst enemy of the gods or their finest aid, both at the same time. He is a shapeshifter and a trickster, and his shoes can both run on the ground and in the air. Loki is best known for causing the death of Balder. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. As punishment, he's bound with the entrails of his son beneath a venomous serpent until Ragnarok. Your number is 5898, and I'm being drawn as well to the name of his mother here is Laufey, who is actually an Icelandic artist who I love. So perhaps listening to some of her music will send you some more signs as well if you feel called. That is all I have for you, group number 3. This was a channeled message from your higher self. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I'm so grateful for you. I love you, and I will see you next time. Namaste.